Hi guys, Riaz here from Blades and Triggers, and thanks for joining us. So I've got something quite interesting in line for us today. I've got three pistols that we're going to be looking at. This is the Gamo range, starting off from the C-15 blowback. Then I've got the P-25, and then the main feature, the P-25 tactical. All right guys, so I think we should start off with the Gamo C-15 blowback. And yeah, quite interesting enough, these are the three pistols we're going to be chatting about today from Gamo. And the main reason why I've chosen these three is that there's a slight difference between each of them. The Gamo C-15, nice and small, compact. The cool thing about these three pistols, they're all blowback. So they have quite a nice realistic kick to it when you do fire the pistol itself. This bad boy is actually quite interesting. It can shoot 4.5 pellets as well as 4.5mm steel balls. So the reason for this one is that we actually want to see what the difference it does in velocity versus the pellet and the steel ball. So yeah, that's the C-15. Has a nice blowback action to it. Works with a pretty much similar magazine to the next two, but there is a difference between this one. It's a little bit shorter. Your gas cylinder basically fits in the back, and it has a decent screwing mechanism to actually fasten that gas cylinder. So yeah, that's the C-15. It's a nice metal feel, a decent weight to it, and the nice thing about this is you can actually put either a torch, a laser on the bottom, so it can be accessorized if you're looking at this specific pistol. Next one is the P-25. So the P-25, slightly different compared to the one prior. It doesn't have the rail at the bottom, and the difference here is that it's predominantly pellet version, pellet driven. So you can only shoot pellets through this specific pistol. It does have the same blowback action like the C-15. I've loaded some gas on this one if I'm not mistaken. Let's put it off safety and have a look at that. So that's the action that you'll actually see from the pistol when firing it, and quite a nice kick to it. There's a decent kick in terms of the realistic features to that. Loading the gas cylinder on this one, very similar. Just pull the base off, your gas cylinder fits in, and off you go. So what we're going to be doing with these three pistols is that we're going to be testing the velocity and basically checking, or basically seeing what the difference is between the steel BB versus the pellet, and we're going to be putting in the platinum pellet in the P-25 tactical, which is quite interesting because that should actually give us a different reading in velocity. So as you can see, that has a pretty awesome look. The P-25 tactical, unfortunately, yes, the silencer is only a shroud. It covers the barrel, so that would give you a little bit extra, should give you a better accuracy. Why can't I get this back? But okay, that should give you better accuracy in terms of the pistol itself. So you should be able to you should be able to do much better in terms of grouping with the pistol. There we go, quite nicely rolls off. And this specific one comes with a torch on the side that you can put on either side of the shroud that comes with it, and a red dot sight, which is quite a nice red dot sight altogether. So let's check what these can do in terms of velocity, and we can see what grouping I'll get out of the P-25 tactical. All right, so first up, I've got the C-15, and I've inserted new gas in a fresh gas cylinder in all three pistols. So fresh gas cylinder on the pistol itself, and I've got in the steel BBs in the C-15. Let's check what velocity I get out of this one. Okay, first shot was didn't read. Second shot, 376. So 376 foot per second, not too bad from steel balls. I've got the P-25, not the tactical, but the normal version, and I've got standard 8-grain pellets in this specific one. Okay, didn't pick up. 360 foot per second from this bad boy. So let's take a look at the P-25, the tactical version. And what I've got in here is I've got the PBA Platinum pellet. Let's see what reading I get out of this. Wow, 598 foot per second. That's impressive with the PBA pellet. So PBA pellet is a little bit lighter, gives it a much higher velocity. Quite impressed at this specific one. So let's just take a look at what accuracy I'm going to get out of this bad boy, and if we can finish off. All right, so here we go. We've got 8 rounds loaded in the magazine. So let's take a look and see how many I can get on the paper. I've got around about 5 meters in front of me. So here we go. Red dot on. Here we go. Doesn't look too bad from here. Let's take a closer look. And there we have it, all on paper. Quite impressive nonetheless. One flyer down here at the bottom, but for that pistol, got a decent grouping at, as you saw, I actually used normal pellets, so it should have been around about 400 foot per second. And that was with the P-25 tactical. So quite a nice pistol nonetheless in terms of velocity. And as you can see, accuracy as well. So if you're in the market for a pistol, then these 3 pistols could definitely be a good contender. Targeting P-25 tactical, you're looking at something smaller, the C-15 and the P-25 as it is, if you don't want all these accessories. But it makes for a whole lot more fun. Either way, you can shop at bntonline.co.za for any 3 of these pistols, or otherwise visit any of our 14 stores.